When you succeed, everyone knows you. But when your success fades and no one remembers you, did all those years mean nothing? Let's hear this story from someone who lived it. Before we begin, if you'd like to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Now let's get into the video. An older man walks slowly toward the podium. He's holding a plain paper coffee cup. He reaches the podium and stands quietly for a moment, looking at the audience. Then he takes a deep breath. You know, I've spoken in this hall before. Right here, at this very podium. That was exactly 1 year ago. Back then, I was still a minister. He pauses, takes a sip from his cup, looks at it, then back up. Things were different then. At the airport, I was greeted by a special reception team. My business class ticket had already been booked. Traveling from Istanbul to here, I didn't have to tell anyone who I was. When I landed, a black limousine was waiting. Security in the back, escorts up front. My driver took care of the luggage. I just walked. The hotel had a red carpet rolled out. The manager was waiting at the door, called me by name and bowed slightly. The royal suite was ready. It had everything you could think of, even things you didn't think of. His voice cracks a little. He glances off into the distance. The next morning, when I came down from my room, a group of people were already waiting in the lobby. Assistants saying, "Right this way, sir." Advisors saying, "We're ready." Same limo, same escort cars brought me right here to this hall. Security? They just smiled. I was inside in seconds. He closes his eyes for a moment, then opens them again. Before the event started, they took me to a private waiting room. Art on the walls, carpets that looked more like paintings, and of course the coffee. Served in a porcelain cup, gold-trimmed, elegant, smelled amazing. But it wasn't just the coffee, it was the smell of respect, of status. He holds up the paper cup in his hand. And this year I'm still the same man, but I'm not a minister anymore. Long pause. He leans forward slightly as if talking more personally to the crowd. I bought my own ticket this time, sat in economy. At one point I had a little elbow war with the guy next to me. No one met me when I landed. I grabbed a taxi. The driver barely looked at me. At the hotel I stayed in a regular room. No one recognized my name. At one point someone actually asked, "Can I see your ID?" This morning I left the hotel on my own, called another taxi. The driver didn't know the way. I gave him directions. When I got to the entrance, security asked, "Are you on the list?" Almost didn't let me in. Small shrug. Then, a dry smile. I came into this hall, one of the ushers just pointed to an open seat. No porcelain cup this time. I asked someone if I could get a coffee. They smiled and said, "There's a machine outside." So I went out there and poured myself a cup. Into this. He holds up the paper cup again, takes a deep breath. The audience chuckles gently, but he doesn't. The coffee I was offered last year and it wasn't for me. It was for the minister I used to be. That limo, that luxury, all of it. It wasn't because of who I was, but because of the title I carried. His voice softens. There's a trace of sadness. And when I realized that, that's when I truly understood my worth. Because when you're in that seat, everyone treats you like you matter. But once the seat's gone, you find out who actually sees you. He looks at the cup again. This is my real cup. What I've actually earned. What I really deserve. That other cup, the porcelain one, was just on loan. The moment I left office, they took it back and handed it to someone else. He looks at the audience, a genuine, quiet smile. Life taught me a hard but valuable lesson. Never forget, people who applaud you might not be applauding you, but the role you play. Once that role ends, so does the applause. The only thing you're left with is your character. He takes one final sip of coffee. Silence, then he slowly walks away from the podium.